Documented 187 is a true crime podcast. Today's episode includes discussions of domestic violence, gun violence, and death. Listener discretion is advised. You are injured, but you manage to leave your apartment. A work van is parked nearby. You climb inside and conceal yourself, hoping the enclosed space will provide some measure of safety. Then you realize you were followed. The woman who escaped that apartment was Teresa Francisco. On October 1st, 2024, shortly after 1 p.m., police responded to a call in the 900 block of Eastern Avenue Northeast in Washington, D.C. Upon arrival, officers discovered Teresa inside a nearby work van, suffering from multiple gunshot wounds. Reports indicate that the van had been struck by several rounds. First responders attempted life-saving measures, but Teresa succumbed to her injuries. Investigators later identified the individual connected to Teresa's death as 48-year-old Wyatt Swan. Initial reports described Teresa as Swan's girlfriend or romantic partner. However, federal prosecution statements later identified Teresa as his wife. For the purposes of this episode, we will use the designation provided by federal prosecutors at the time of Swan's plea and sentencing. As investigators processed the scene, they identified a blood trail leading toward one of the apartment units. Inside the apartment, officers recovered evidence, including bullet fragments and a firearm. The following day, authorities located Swan's vehicle in Upper Marlboro, Maryland. The vehicle was parked along the roadside between two commercial vehicles. Officers found Swan asleep in the driver's seat. A large dog was present in the rear of the vehicle. With assistance from Bowie Police Department and the Prince George's County Police Department, Swan was taken into custody in Maryland. He was subsequently extradited to Washington, D.C., where he faced charges related to Teresa Francisco's death. Upon his return to D.C., Swan was initially charged with first-degree murder while armed. However, the case did not proceed to trial. On January 24, 2025, Swan pleaded guilty to second-degree murder while armed. By entering this plea, he accepted criminal responsibility for Teresa's death. On May 20, 2025, he was sentenced to 24 years in prison. After serving his prison sentence, he will serve 5 years of supervised release. The public record does not provide a clear motive for Teresa's killing. However, at sentencing, both sides acknowledged that Swan was high on PCP during the homicide. His defense raised that as a mitigating factor, but the judge made clear that voluntary intoxication is not a defense to second-degree murder. Jury. Cases involving domestic violence are often oversimplified and wrapped around a single question. Why didn't they leave? In many instances, they do. They leave the room. They leave the home. They move toward anything that appears to offer safety. But sometimes the danger follows. If you or someone you know is experiencing domestic violence, please seek support when it is safe to do so. If you are in immediate danger, contact emergency services. Support resources will be included in the episode description. Jury, as always, we listen and we judge. See you next time.